The Trump administration's strategy of putting maximum pressure on Iran doesn't just rely on diplomacy or military might. U.S. economic sanctions are already in full force. A handful of countries had received waivers to keep buying oil from Iran, but those waivers have now expired. Iraq, though, still has a waiver for Iran to fulfill its energy needs. Here's Roxana Saberi.
When Baghdad bakes under the searing sun, it cools down with the help of one of Iraq's newest treasures. A power plant running on technology from America and natural gas
from Iran.
From Iran?
Yes, from Iran.
For the Trump administration, that's a problem. It has imposed harsh sanctions on Iran and wants Iraq to stop relying on its neighbor to the east for energy. That worries engineer Saman Saeed.
If you had to shut this valve tomorrow, what would happen to Baghdad?
Will be die.
Die?
Die.
Because people wouldn't have electricity?
Yes, for sure.
Even now, Iraq is barely coping.
This is a typical neighborhood in Baghdad. It looks like pretty much any street in the Middle East. But we have to tilt the camera up to tell this story.
This tangled web of wires links homes to unofficial power stations, run out of backyards like this one.
This diesel powers how many homes in this neighborhood?
About 25.
Every day, whenever the official grid runs out of electricity, Shihab al-Nasri switches on his generators, sending his neighbors at least 10 more hours of power. Last summer, power shortages in southern Iraq sent protesters into the streets.
We are making progress.
Iraq's new Minister of Electricity, Louay al-Khatib, says his country has enough resources to generate its own power eventually.
It's just a matter of time, 2 to 3 years.
Al-Khatib fears more cuts to power could lead to instability, and not just in his country.
We're talking about the safety of the Middle East.
But the hope here is that the Trump administration will keep letting Iraq get its energy from Iran, so that long, hot summers like this will cool off and the lights in Baghdad will stay on. Roxana Saberi, CBS News, Baghdad.